All right, gentlemen, I'm going to go over the sitemaps. This was the example I included, okay? So just to reiterate, this is what you're going to be doing this time around. You are going to be creating your own sitemap, okay? When you create your sitemap, use names of the pages, okay? I want everyone to start off with, I'm going to just jump into this. There you go. I want everyone to start off with a login page, okay? Then I want you to go forward, go to home page, and then from your home page, you need to tell me where I can go. So I log in, then I am at my home page. From my home page, what are the other places I can go? Okay. For example, I'll just use what's an app I use all the time? I'll use Uber Eats. Okay. From the home page, I can either select eat or drive. Okay, so I'm going to select Uber Eats, and then from that page, I can either go to restaurants, I can go to my location, I could search by price, okay, I could search by type of food, like Italian, Asian, things like that, okay? And I want you to be writing these things out. So right now I saw one sitemap that Seth included was very good. This is a great example of what I am expecting, okay? This isn't the greatest design, but it's more about functionality than design. So from this homepage, I can go to visit, events, exhibits, education, about us, support, members. That is the main thing, gentlemen. That is what I want us to be creating. Okay, so it's pretty simple. I just want you to have that login. Then from the login, you are taken to the home page. And from the home page, what are my options? Where can I go from the home page? Think about what your app is for. What are all the reasons people can visit your app? There is not just one reason people visit apps, okay? A really successful app, there are multiple reasons, okay? This is a good example for Kevin's, because Kevin is a museum. So from that museum login, you go to the museum homepage. From that museum homepage, you can go to visit museums or search museums. You can go to the events of that museum. You can go to the exhibits in the museum, educational opportunities, the museum supplies, about us, about the museum, contact information, the history of the museum, newsletter, staff, or also potential employment opportunities. Support us, don't really worry about, and then members if you want to become a member. I'm pretty sure everyone could have that members, category. Everyone's categories are going to be different because everyone's app is different. All right? The first thing you need to do, I'm going to dip back into Photoshop real quick. The first thing you need to do in order to complete this assignment is create a list of pages. So I just gave you two that we will all have. We will all have a home page. We will all have a login page. Have that login page first. So login page, home page. And then from the home page, what are the other pages? You should have at least 5 different options. So from that home page, it's the it's the about us page, right? Information page. Going back to the museum, it's visits, exhibits, so on and so forth. Okay, so I should see about 7 pages for everyone's submission. Okay, and you're going to create it in that kind of grid format. Then you have a long line, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Login page, home page, page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5 from that login page. Okay, and then next week we will expand on these individual pages. Okay, some of them are going to have much more options than others. Some may just end after you click on that page. It may bring you to the about page, and then that's it. That ends there. However, say if it was like a Facebook, if brings you to the social media page, the main page, then there's a bunch of different things you can do there. Okay, so come up with that list of 5 pages that your app can include, okay? An About Us page is always good. A contact page is always good. And then there's 3 pages that are going to be really app specific that you need to create, okay? Just to continue to go through some of these. Yeah, that's okay. Home, from the home page. I'm not really sure why this mobile is here, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, we want to try to get 5. If you need help with coming up with 5, let me know. So home, blog, about, categories, contact. Let's get that one more in here, okay? Again, this necessarily isn't a sitemap, Kevin. This is more of a prototype, right? So if I was to click here, then I was brought here, and if I was to click there, then I'm brought here. So it is a sitemap in a way, but it's more further developed where it's closer to a prototype. Obviously, it's not a working prototype; it's just images. Same thing there. This is more sitemap-ish, a little small, hard to follow. Same thing. So, user flow, yeah. So, Kevin, I'll just suggest really go back, and I'm going to post this in the assignment because this is a really good example. This is what I'm looking for, Kev. Okay? That's what I'm looking for. Something like this. Don't worry about designing any pages yet. Something like this would work too. That's good. This has a lot of different pages, right? Using hierarchy, from that home page you get to these pages, and from these pages you can go over here, okay? So again, switching up, the look of, the page just by, adding a circle. That's like, these are the main pages, and from these main pages you branch out to here. But I'm able to tell that they're the main pages just because of the simple shape change. This is another great example. Right, from that home page, I could go here, or I can go here, okay? That's all we're looking for. We're only really looking for this area right here, okay? We're not going to worry about each page's extension. We're just focusing about where we can go from the home page, okay? Where we can go from the home page. In the next part of this video, I'm going to pause right here. In the next part of this video, I'm going to show you really quick how we are going to create an account for this site that I just found, Mockups with a Q. Okay, this is very interesting because we are going to be able to finally get back into some digital things. So we'll be able to drag squares on top. We'll be able to create it as the size of an iPhone screen. And then, drag another square inside of it and do all kinds of things to create those mock-ups. So we don't have to use paper and pencil. We can go back to using some digital tools, which is what this class is meant for. Okay? So I'm going to pause right here, and then I'll show you how to make an account. And then that will lead us into next week's assignment. All right, gentlemen, so once you click on the link, it will bring you to this page right here. You will need an email account in order to log this in, and I am asking that everyone either gets an email account, uses a parent or guardian's email account, or creates their own email account. In this current learning from home situation, it's going to become increasingly important to have an email account to access programs like this and other programs for other classes. So I think it is going to be very beneficial to have your own email account. I have created a separate link and a separate video, a separate link to a separate video that will go over how to create a Gmail account. It is extremely easy. If you do not feel comfortable using your own name, then you do not have to use your own name. So, privacy isn't really an issue because you can completely make up a name, make up an email, and no one will know it's really you whose email it is associated with if you're that worried about privacy issues. But I don't think any of you are. So, if you don't have an email already, or if you don't have one to use, then create an email and watch that video. When you go to this page, obviously we are going to create the free account, and we will only be using the free account. So I'm going to click on create a free account. And then what it's going to ask you to do is just simply put in, it says work email. It does not have to be a work email, okay? It could be any email that you have. Does not have to be a work email. Then you are going to create a password. Write this password down. Write this password down, okay? If, 2 weeks from now you say, I forgot my password, well, that is on you, okay? You write your password down. Put it in your phone so you know where it is, okay? Also, another trick is I kind of make 1 or 2 versions of a password, and I use that password for everything. So you could look at that as a negative way, that if someone got that password, they have access to a lot of things, but I switch it up slightly every time. I write it down on my phone, so I always remember it. You write that password down, okay? And then you just create an account. And if you create a Gmail account, it's really easy because already you can see it's already associated with Gmail. So I already have an account, so I'm just going to log in here. But what I wanted to show you is once you create that account and press create account, it is going to send you a verification email, okay? So this is the email I set it up with. It says, you'll get the email saying, thanks for, creating the account. And then you'll get another email saying, confirm your email address. So you just want to click on that to confirm your email address. So you will have to dip into your email to complete the registration. It might still let you use the program, but right now, for all that we're doing is we're just creating the account. So in your post this week, you need to let me know in the private comment section, Mr. Saltasick, I created my account. If you do not write that, I'm going to give you half credit because I'm going to assume you did not create your account. So I'm going to log in to show you what you will see once you log in. Yours might be slightly different because, again, I'm not logging in for the first time. Pretty sure I typed everything right, and I did. Okay, so if you wanted to start tinkering around, you can go to blank project. Okay, the thing with the free plan is it only allows us to include 200 objects. So we'll be making, projects page by page. Okay, we probably will be submitting multiple pages at once, but you're not going to be able to fit multiple pages in one project because it only allows 200 objects. So it's weird because it's clicking and dragging, and we're not really used to that. We're used to clicking, then clicking and dragging again, but it's click and drag onto the, don't upgrade your plan, okay? Don't upgrade it. We're just going to use the free version, and then you can adjust the size of things. So if you wanted to just dip in here, play around a little bit, maybe get a head start and design what your login page looks like, then by all means go for it. Again, this is for like mock-ups and very basic stuff, so it's a lot of gray screens. You can import images. I haven't really tried to do any of that yet. That's something we may do in the future, but for right now, for this assignment, for next week, all that we are doing is creating an account because I want to get back into the digital realm, get away from the paper and pencil, and go back to digital where this class is supposed to be. Okay? Again, all that you need is an email, and email is important moving forward in your life. Okay, my dad never went to college. He is a plumber, and he still has an email address. Okay, my grandfather has an email address, and he barely knows how to work a phone. So really is no excuse for not having an email in this day and age. It's only going to benefit you. And again, if you're uncomfortable putting personal information down, like your name, just make up a name. Okay, you could do Jake Jingleheimerschmidt at gmail.com, and that's fine. Okay, you just need an email. So if there are any questions, let me know, gentlemen. And remember to complete this. And if you wanted to do the sitemap on here, you can do the sitemap on here too. I'm not going to go over how to save everything. You could probably figure that out on your own. I'll go over that at a later time. But again, you got your text tools right here. You can figure out how to lay some text out and create your sitemap here. But paper and pencil is accepted for the sitemap for next week. Remember that list. It should be login page, home page, and then a list of 5 other pages that we could go to from that home page. And then in the private comment section, write, hey, Mr. Saltisic, I created my account for mockups.com. Okay, just so I know you have completed the assignment. If you do not do that, I do not know you created an account. Okay, so I need to know that. So that is it. And I'm looking forward to getting back into the digital side of things and creating some digital templates. So that is it, gentlemen, and I look forward to your submissions.